I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching...
The Knockem Dade Comedy Radio Show, also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dade.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dade Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warms up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson.
I
did try out for Passport. I didn't get called.
Yeah, you sent me the. You're good like that. You send me links. We are on, by the way, now. You send me links to join. You don't have to wear it if you don't want. I only wear it because my mic's attached. Hi, everybody.
I did just come from the gym. But
Where'd you come? The gym?
I did.
Looking great. Is it like you even need the gym?
I do.
No, you don't.
I got so fat over the past few years. And I don't even fit my fucking clothes. It's ridiculous.
Well, I got no problem with that.
Oh.
You look great as ever. Kris Thomas is here, ladies and gentlemen. One of my personal favorites. Kris, all right, you know what? Well, all right, welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We are live on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. We're coming at you from Governor's Comedy Club. I just right off the bat, when was the last time you sat for a day and did nothing?
Never.
Yeah, ever?
I would be sick. Well, I had surgery. It will be 2 years this October. And so right after that, I had to sit and do nothing. They did keep me high for the weekend. And then I wound up ordering weird shit off Amazon. Like a week later, I'm like, a red velvet dress. And it was torture. I was just speaking to someone about this morning because he just had surgery. And then like right when I finally got the boot on, so it was foot surgery, I thought, oh, this fucking boot's magic. I see people all the time walking around the boot.
Right.
No, it's like a ball and chain.
Yes.
So at least I would force myself to go out and do that. But I had like concert tickets, and the doctor was like, "You just had foot surgery. You're not going to the concert." And I thought I would bounce back. So then I rested, and then right after that, they found some cancer in my thyroid. So I had to get half my thyroid out, and that like fucks you up. Like anyone that be sympathetic to people that have any kind of gland messed with, because I was like napping and I was like miserable.
Oh yeah,
so I did lay around for like a couple months. I was in a bad place.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, because you're constantly on the go, man. I don't know if I know anybody that bounces around like you do, and it's weird. Like
target is hard to hit.
And do you post a lot of stuff like after the fact?
I don't post as much as I used to because. Sadly, I have learned that, like, not everybody's happy for you. Not everybody. I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, like, it must be nice. It must be fucking nice. And I'm like, just be happy. I
hate that.
I really think that I am genuinely happy. Like I have a friend that bought a boat. Like, so happy for them.
Sure. Right.
Or even if you wanted,
right.
I mean, not that I say, like, inherited it, but, like, for the most part, like, because... Like, fucking good for you. Like,
absolutely
I'm happy.
right.
You're on vacation?
Right.
Great. And I can't tell you how many people that will be like, must be nice.
I hate that. I have no problem admitting that I'll see something that somebody's doing or something they got, and I'm like, oh, man, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I can tiny bit of jealousy.
I would say to their face, I'm so jealous of you, but good for you.
Right, but I'm more happy for them than anything else. Good for you that you're doing that, you know. Yeah.
So I don't post as much as I used to. And or if my house is empty. Like when I went to Europe, it was really empty for 2 weeks. So I think I was like, I put some pictures up, but like not a lot.
But I'll see a post from you. You know, you're out east. The next day, Disney. The next day,
correct.
You're at somebody else's house or at some big affair with Biordi. It's, and I'm like, holy shit,
man! How many days do I have left? I'm gonna be 50 this year.
Oh,
so
yeah?
if we count summers, like if shit's good, how many summers do I have? So I gotta live life.
No, you're absolutely right about
especially in the summer. In the winter, I get like a little bummed. I go, I don't like that it gets dark or whatever, or I'm not as active. But like in the summer, hit the ground running.
You're really gonna be 50 this year?
I am 50, November 25th, right after Thanksgiving.
November 25th?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Wow, my son is the 26th.
See that? And my brother Kevin, 24th, but he will not be 50 because we're not twins. But
is he the oldest?
No, my sister Kathy is the oldest.
Oh, Kathy's the oldest.
She just turned 60.
Really?
Some parts of her are new, but she'd be mad. No, she's a breast cancer survivor, so she got herself some new titties.
Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had that conversation.
Surgeon, man.
I want to see them.
Crazy.
You told me that she would probably show them to me.
She might. She does show women that are newly diagnosed because, yes, staying alive is the most important thing. But, like, also for your mental health to know that you're not going to come out the other end looking like you were in a bad accident.
Right.
Her tits are amazing. And they made them out of her belly. So they tightened up her belly.
Really?
And then they made titties out of them. She was able to keep her nipples, but they make great nipples now. And no scars.
Wow. Yeah, that's nice.
If anyone has surgery, and you could see it, like, I mean, it is my neck, but so she gave me these silicone things. You can get them on Amazon. And it's like a silicone gel, almost like those things, I'm sure you don't do, but you put under your eyes. And it's got some healing stuff in it and no scars. I would, if anyone ever has surgery and they're conscientious about where their incision is, just put this stuff on. It helps a lot.
All right, so let me backtrack. And I'm not...
Shoot.
And I'm not being
Anything.
I'm not
Ask
being
me.
perverted for once. I am, in all seriousness, saying yes, she does look great. She's beautiful. But she got to keep her nipples. I don't know what, I've never heard that. So
That
what? They
people-
just cut your nipples off and then put them.
Correct.
on? I did not know
So
that.
she had stitches all around her nipples and then a
Really?
keyhole stitch. Just like if they do a breast lift, if you've ever seen a breast lift. So they almost remove the whole nipple and then
Right.
stitch it back on.
Wow.
Yeah, if the cancer isn't anywhere near your nipple, you get to keep your nipple.
Oh, okay. So it depends on where exactly the cancer
She had
is.
stage 0 duct cancer, so that was in her duct. So like, think about what makes the milk. It's like almost like your lungs, right? So like your tubes in your lungs. So it was contained in a duct. So it was not near her nipple.
So I did have a friend who had breast cancer, and she did not keep the nipple, and she actually got them tattooed on.
They do great tattoos.
Well, that's
even
the thing.
Texture. It's not even
Right.
flat anymore.
Right, and that's exactly what she hit. And again, I'm talking seriously for once. Because she showed me before
Yeah.
she got the nipple, and it did. I was like, it looked weird
So
to not have
weird
a
without
nipple
a
there. I
nipple,
was like,
right?
wow,
Yeah.
that's strange. And then she showed me once everything was done. I was like, wow, that looks.
Yeah.
And again, I know this.
They do a great
lot of
job with
obvious
nipples.
jokes here, but I was
No,
like,
but
wow,
if people talk about it a little bit more,
Right.
you do help people because it's like you getting diagnosed with cancer. A lot of these people are like mothers or who cares? They have loved one, mothers, not mothers, and it's like, and then what's going to happen? And then it's like, all right, well, we can cure the cancer. And there are some places where the approach is like, we're just going to hack you up. It was for years. Understandably, we're going to save your life. And then we'll deal with this kind of aesthetic later. But now they work in conjunction.
Right,
So like
right.
the oncologist, the breast surgeon that takes out the cancer did the first few hours of surgery. And then the plastic surgeon came in.
Right.
So it was all done in one day, 9-hour surgery.
wow.
And she took, I swear to God, they do blockers now for pain. She took Tylenol with codeine in it in the hospital. She was home 2 days later. And
2 days later,
walk around
that's
the block.
amazing to me.
It's crazy. The only thing is the drains. But, I mean, that's a lot of surgeries.
Right.
It's more of a nuisance. But, yeah. So...
Well, but there's still something in the Thomas genes because you do not look anywhere near 50. Your sister does not look anywhere
50.
near
I look 50,
60.
but
No,
I'll
you
take
don't.
it.
You don't. And your sister does not look 60.
Well, I think there's a saying too that it's like there's no such thing as ugly women, just lazy ones. Because we do I wear makeup. I dye. My hair has color. I do work. I try, and my sister works out a lot. But we try to keep active and work out. Like I said, I put on a lot of weight, but and you got to keep a little weight on. There's a saying don't sacrifice your ass for your face. Oh no, it's time to sacrifice your ass for your face. Like when you get a little old, you want to keep a little weight on so you don't not sunken in. Like really skinny people,
Wow.
they look older. You got to keep a little. So sacrifice your ass for your face. Keep a little meat on your bones.
Yeah, actually, someone just said that to me just a few weeks ago. Because was it 2-3 years ago? I lost, I think, a little over 30 pounds, but I've probably gained about half of it back. And somebody just said it to me. So, you look better. You lost too much weight. You look good the way you are. I was like, oh.
You need a
I know I was
little.
just getting hit on.
But just be careful. Me, I get it in my belly. That's not good for your organs.
Yeah, and I have diabetes on both sides, my mother and my father's side.
How's your sugar?
Yeah.
But don't do that. Believe me, I'm tempted with the Ozempic.
What's that? The medication?
That's the shit they're all on. All the Bravo housewives, they're losing weight like crazy. You don't eat.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I saw some commercial just last night for a diabetes medication, but then they go through the side effects.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? I think I'll just take my chances as
Wait,
opposed
you
to.
don't know about Ozempic?
I haven't started paying attention yet, but I have a doctor's appointment next month, and I just know it. I know it. He's going to say, yeah, you need to.
like your A1C numbers are up. So
Yeah.
then they'll be like, because I had 2 doctors offer it to me, kind of. Mm-hmm. And it's tempting. But I just can't think no one's going to come out in the other end being like, so then like people are buying it without a prescription.
Oh, really?
Because you lose weight. So like, look at all these people now that are like losing weight all of a sudden. Elon Musk, he admits to doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's the guy with the tattoos on his face, the singer?
Oh,
It says like I'm tired or
Malone?
something. Yes, Post Malone.
Post Malone.
He said, yeah, fuck, I took it. So like the idea of being thin isn't going to be like it's going to be easy. Just like, oh, you want big titties, you want not, you want to be thin. But to me, there's going to be something with this.
Absolutely right.
It does slow down like your digestive tract. It's got to be something. It can't be that.
Did you ever see the movie? This goes back a little bit. It's called Breast Men. David Schwimmer. It's a true story about the 2 doctors that came up with the silicone injections and whatnot. And that's exactly what goes on in this movie. The word starts to spread, and these guys become millionaires because women upon women are coming in to get the surgery, only to discover massive side effects at that time.
Oh, they still have side effects.
Right, but at that back in
really
the
bad.
80s, like the side effects were even worse. So business slowed down, and these guys were really on hard times until they figured out a way to fix it.
Yeah.
So then they became millionaires all over again, fixing the problem that they caused. It's insane.
Yeah. Now a big thing is called an explant. Google it on Facebook. There's pages and pages of women who will go getting their explants, their breast implants out because they have immune disease.
Right.
Listen, if your real tits try to kill you, God bless you, and you want to put fake tits in, or like but like this idea of like I'm gonna put this thing just for a cosmetic purpose in my body, and then like everything's gonna be fine. Like your body doesn't want that in.
Well, right. That's my point with this medication you're talking about.
Course. The Kardashian fucking drives me nuts. The one who's married to Barker, Travis Barker.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we're gluten-free, we're vegan. She spoke in front of Congress about the chemicals in cleaning, and not one person said, do you have breast implants in your body? Like, she has breast implants.
There was a Kardashian that spoke before Congress?
Both of them are. So the one talked about chemicals in cleaning products.
What do they know about cleaning products? When was the last time they cleaned anything?
Good point. But she says like, oh, her vitamins are all natural and this. I do watch the show, so you could make fun of me, like she's laughing all the way to the bank on my
true.
On my ratings. But she does. She won't let them have birthday parties with like sugar or dyes. But she has breast implants. It's like the biggest hypocrisy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even this Botox shit.
Yeah.
You don't think there's going to be like...
Right.
And are there going to be people who come out the other end fine? Yeah, just like the... all the other weight loss things and that. But
right. All right, so let me read some comments. Fremder, I just told all my friends the party never ends.
Okay.
All right. John Rusiello, hi, Tony. Loved the show yesterday. Oh, thank you, John. Yeah, it was a good show yesterday. I appreciate that. I'll give you a little... I haven't told anybody this.
Okay.
I have a little background into yesterday's show. Yesterday we had the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Board. I talk about them all the time on this show. I figure it was about time I bring them in and talk about our programs and what we do. But scheduling everybody to come in, during the day was tough. So we said, all right, you know what? Let's tape it. Let's pre-record it. So Sunday night we were here, and that's when we actually weren't live yesterday. We recorded that show Sunday night. Sunday I had one of my stump episodes where I had the excruciating pain that comes in my stump, and I ended up in the hospital, and just to get some pain relief. And what they actually remembered me at the hospital from the last time I was there for this, and they're like, all right, so this worked and that didn't work, and this like they were going through the whole thing. So they gave me which I've never done before when I have this stump pain. I've talked about it on the show before about all the stump pain that I get sometimes. But what they did something they never did before. They mixed a bunch of different medications, and it just hit me with them.
Like high as a kite?
Well, I wasn't high, but I was just...
That sounds like high.
Well, high is like when you're...
You mean you were sleepy?
Yeah, I was just super groggy and just kind of I just felt like a blob. I was just kind of just laying there. And I had said to Lisa, she took me to the hospital. I said to her, before I took anything, I said, I got to get there tonight to the station. I said, I got to do this show. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I got everybody's schedule. I've been telling them for weeks now we're doing it on this day. So I got to get there. So the hospital discharges me, and I'm just still like kind of groggy, and Lisa's driving, and I just being in the car, I was starting to like feel sick from driving. So I was home for maybe an hour or two, still just completely knocked out. And Lisa woke me up. She said, "What time do you need to go?" I said, 6 o'clock. So she drives me, and I get out of her car, and I'm walking to the parking lot. I'm like, I'm all over the place. And she came running. I was like, "No, I'll get it." And I did. I made it in. So I sit on this chair. It's 6:05, right? I sit on this chair. I sit down. Next thing I know, I hear banging on the back door. I look up, and it says 6:55. And I told everybody 7 o'clock. So I'm just like, holy shit. So I go, I let them all in. I come in, I set up really quick. By 7:15, we were starting to record. But I guess the drugs probably started to wear off. Plus, I just had to get going. I had the show to do. So I think between the two, the show must go on. So I made it through. And I was fine after that. But yeah, so I passed out in here, and yeah, just luckily it just took me a few minutes to
woke up. I'm just saying.
It was definitely interesting.
Drunkies.
But we made it through. But thank you, John. And John, did I get the mail? John, I do think I got it. I think it came in today's mail, but I only looked at it quickly before I had to come here. So I think it came in, but I'll get back to you on that. And thank you for your donation to that Domestic Speak with Challenger Baseball. Thank you, John. All right. Now I have another dilemma, and I need your advice.
Me?
Yes.
I'm a fucking mess, but sure, okay.
You're not a mess. I don't know. You got it together. You always got it together.
I do not have it together.
You have. Well, you said it yourself. You're living it to the fullest, and
I am living my life.
You're not like.
I have a great life.
You do.
And I am a Guyver mom. Like at the end of the day, it's like enough is done. The kids have what they need. Like I will fashion a costume or a science project out of what's in my bag. Like I figure it out.
Oh, that amazes me how you do that. But yeah, so I mean, and the advice I need has nothing to do with anything like that.
Okay,
I'm just pointing out that you have it together, so you're a good person to talk to. So, doing the show this week, doing the show next week, Monday and Tuesday next week. Thursday and Friday I won't be here. I'm going to be in Pennsylvania. Although next Friday, the 21st, yeah, the 22nd, I think I will go live on Facebook for a little while. But anyway, so after that, the week after that, starting Monday the 25th, I have been called for
Yom Kippur.
Yes, that is true. But I've been called for jury duty.
Yeah, you might not go in.
Well, here's the thing. That's my dilemma. They said it's one of those call-in things, the night before. Call in the night before to see if you have to report. Okay, I'll do that. But that leaves me in a dilemma with the show. How do I plan the show? How do I plan in?
You can record some shows so you have something.
Oh, record some shows. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Although
there's not going to be. I mean, it's Yom Kippur. What are they? They're not going to.
You think they're not going to bother that day? I mean, they did say that's the first day. Like I have to call in, the weekend during that weekend to find out if I have to report.
Is there school on the 25th?
I don't think so. Right? There's no school on Yom Kippur,
so bad
right?
that I am the parents of 3 children.
Well, you're not Jewish. You don't. How would you know?
Well, I'm not Jewish, but I'm just going to guess a lot of the attorneys that would be in court also might be Jewish and celebrating Yom Kippur. And I could be wrong, but is that also where they they have to not brush their teeth, not...
Oh, really? Is that what...
It's like let's see. It's like... so bad.
Do they do that, though, in some of their holidays? Whether it's Yom Kippur or another one? Where they can't brush their teeth?
Yes!
Really? Why?
No, I mean, listen... All religions have wacky shit. I'm not. Now I got to read on you. Can I do that on the show? Is that rude? Let's see what Yom Kippur tradition is. It's a day of atonement. Yes, you have to be like humbled. So I don't think that you do like brush your teeth, forgiveness. I used to have a friend, and every year he was a Jew and a drug addict. So I would always get apology calls for him, and I would always be like, "Is this step number 9 or Yom Kippur?" That was funny. I would get those calls, and I would never know. That is pretty funny.
That's I like your glasses.
They're fun. I went to Lorraine Damas's 50th birthday party, if you know, class of 91 at Hicksville High School, and these were hers, and I left the party with them. She did give them to me, but all right. And here are the 5 rules. But I did leave my glasses there. But okay, Yom Kippur is observed for a 24-hour period beginning at sundown by refraining from work. See?
Oh.
So people aren't going to work. No eating or drinking.
What?
Bathing. So I think brushing your teeth is considered bathing.
So, no bathing? Why would they?
It's atonement. It's like you're being humble. Anointing the body. No anointing the body with oil. No wearing leather shoes. And no sexual relationship.
Oh, what the? Come on, does it really say that?
That's a big thing. Well, in strict, like you can't. So I don't know if anyone. There's a woman, Miriam, who is, she's an Orthodox Jew, and she has an awesome TikTok. She's also a midwife at, I think, at LIJ, and she teaches us all about being Orthodox Jewish, and she really explains like. It's like when you have your period, and then 7 days after you can't touch your wife, so you would sleep in separate beds. Some people have separate rooms, and then you have to take a bath in the mikvah.
In the what?
Mikvah. It's like a sacred bath that has some natural water in it. So like they will collect rainwater, but it's like a place, like it's a whole business, a mikvah. They even have mikvah buses. I wish I don't want to speak out of turn. I could bring, I have a dear friend that was raised and lived, Toby Schwartz, love you. I will. And she called me this morning. I swear I'll call you today. She was raised in Orthodox, and she'll tell you anything you want to know.
Is that a Hicksville person?
Oh, God, no.
Oh.
5 towns, of course. Raised in Brooklyn, lived in Woodmere.
So they can't work.
No.
But
it's just like you can't work in Shabbat.
So If I had a Jewish person come and sit in here on that day.
They're not getting paid, so I think that they can.
Right, so that's not considered work. So
but it is a holiday, so they would probably be with their family.
Oh, and they go to temple and stuff?
And I think if it is, it depends. Like Jewish, there's different, like anything. So like if they're Orthodox, so they wouldn't drive.
Oh, right.
So they couldn't get here.
Oh, okay.
That's why people, like you would walk to temple,
right.
Or, if you were strict, I don't think there's a lot of Orthodox in Levittown.
Yeah, I don't think they allow.
Because you have to be able to walk to your. It's also when you have a whole community. It's like things are open on Sunday and shut down on Friday, or the rabbis put a string. You can't carry things on Shabbat, so the rabbis put a string around a community, and then you can carry within that string.
Oh, that's what those strings mean?
Yes, if you ever see the strings like on a telephone line. Yeah.
I didn't know what they meant.
Yes. So like you can carry things within that string.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you think I'm
just a white girl from Hicksville, Catholic girl, but I do have lots of friends, and I do really actually enjoy. I think that as much as people use religion to divide, I think that a lot of religions have it's like I love sharing culture. Like I've been to like Hindu weddings, 5-day Hindu weddings. I've been to my friend's children's Orthodox weddings, and her children are very strict. Her daughter actually just married a rabbi, and like it's separated, the dance floor separated.
Oh, really?
Yes, men and women. Mm-hmm.
See, that doesn't. I mean, I'm the same way. I do like learning about different cultures, but I do find myself scratching my head a lot, like that. Like, why would you keep the men and women separated? You want the men and women to.
No, do not. Well,
that's how they get married in the first place.
They'll make plenty of babies. But it's just part of religion. I do take issue with situations where women are treated second class.
Sure.
And I think that's in a lot of religions.
Most, I think.
But I think in modern times, people can follow tradition and still show respect for women or other people. Like, you can coexist. And I
No,
think
I
that
agree.
the Orthodox is a great example of that. Where I think a lot of the traditions are rooted in maybe like, and I wouldn't say the same for Hasidic. I don't really feel that good about women's place or people's choices in these strict religions. But I think the Orthodox really it's like a lot of mutual respect. And I think that it's a lot of joy and celebration, where a lot of people think it's like, oh, you can't bathe and you can't. And it's like, but it's all done with like, okay, we're just going to, I think there's a lot of reflecting. And
Yeah.
that's what Shabbat's like. Like, we're going to turn off our phones. We're going to turn off, and we're going to sit together as a family, and we're going to, thank God. There's a lot of thanking God and appreciation. And I think that a lot of people will look at someone maybe that dresses differently and just judge. And I think
There's
like,
way too much judgment. Absolutely. You don't want to get that? Maybe Kathy heard us talking about
do we
it.
want to answer Kathy's call?
Let's
It's
see.
Kathy Pasinka. Let's see. Oh, I just gave her last name out.
Hello?
I'm on the air at Knockem Dead. Are you calling? Because we did talk about your titties a little bit.
Yeah. On the air?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we were just talking about breast cancer surgery.
Oh, okay. You tell them how lovely they are.
Did I not say
You
how
did.
great her titties
And
were?
I want
Yeah.
to I want to see for myself.
All right. So you
Strictly from a medical standpoint.
yes.
Of course.
Dr.
Of
Tony.
course.
All right. I'm gonna this.
All right, call me later.
Bye.
Kathy,
Hang up. She was,
I
it's
don't-
weird that she's on a phone here. If she wants to call into the show.
she never reacted to me stalking her at the Ducks game. I never,
I think it's weird that a kid didn't go up and say hi to you. He's like, oh my God, like he's like a shy, awkward teenager.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
I'm like, Tony's there. He's right behind you. Go.
Yeah. I was
You
at
didn't
the
go
Ducks
down to
game.
Kathy?
It was hot, man. This is what, a week or two ago? It was at the Ducks game, and I don't know, I'm just sitting there at my seat, and I went on Facebook real quick, and I see Kathy posted, and having fun at the Ducks game. I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. 2 seconds. So I put the phone down. 2 seconds later, I just happened to look down. Yeah, they're like directly in front of me. About I don't know.
She's
10,
a season ticket
10
holder.
Oh, is that right?
Of course.
I was gonna go down and say hello, and Ed actually walked past me at one point, and I yelled to him, but he either ignored me or he didn't hear me. But it was too hot.
Ed would not ignore you. Ed is fantastic.
No, I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
I was kidding.
He would not do that.
But it was so hot, we only lasted 5 innings, and we're like, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, in the sun.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Labor Day weekend.
And my son, he's going to be 23 in November. He's still dopey. He's mentioned something about leaving a can of Pepsi in the freezer. And then Lisa said something about if it stays in there too long, it could,
yeah, of course.
So he was the whole time, we're going to go soon. I'm going to get the Pepsi out. 5 minutes later, we're going to go soon and get the Pepsi out. I'm like, okay. And then Sammy didn't want to be there in the first place. I'm like, all right, we're going to go. All right, so Fremder. Unfortunately, over the weekend, I injured myself during a game of peekaboo. When the ambulance picked me up, they brought me into the ICU. Now, ICU, peekaboo. Oh, Fremder. Being Jewish is great, says Fremder. Yom Kippur me a glass of wine. Carol Miner. She's Jewish. Orthodox usually are in a commune-like area.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, because if you have different, their time schedule, I'm just talking from an outsider, but when you have a different schedule and then you can have a community that supports that. Also, just eating kosher. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to try to find kosher food if you're not in a kosher community?
Yeah,
I
that's
happen
what I've heard.
to eat, I think I mentioned the other day, because they don't mix meat and dairy, then I can look at something and see, because I don't eat meat or animal products, so like gelatin, then I can look at a label and see that it's UD, like it's dairy, and then I can eat it. But if it's not, then I have to see what's in it. It might be gelatin.
Andrew Pajanos. Tony would love being Jewish. On Rosh Hashanah, he could blow the shofar.
That's the horn that, yeah.
Oh.
So it's a blow joke, but yes.
It's a blow joke.
But it's the big horn that they call,
Andy Pajanos, we're going to miss you this Friday. He's not going to be here. And then I'm not here the following Friday. So we're not going to see Andy for a few weeks.
Wow.
So, all right.
Oh, you going to Pennsylvania?
I'm going to Pennsylvania.
What's in Pennsylvania, can I ask?
Of course you can.
I'm asking.
My buddy Elio Pace.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I'm familiar with
Okay.
him on the show.
All right. Well,
From
he's
England, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He'll be here. A concert film of his is playing at a film festival at Penn State.
Oh, that's like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Is it? I don't know. I've never. I don't.
I get mixed
I don't
up
know.
the University of Pennsylvania and Penn State, but I think Penn State's like it's like a big college.
Yes, I know that
in
much.
the
It's
middle, like not. Let's say, I don't think there's much around it.
I-
So you're
well,
going to that.
big. I have a childhood friend who just moved there about 2 years ago, and his name is Rob Safarth. He's a Hicksville guy.
Of course.
I
don't know.
He moved there about 2 years ago, and he's like 15 minutes away from Penn State. So I might stop by. I haven't seen his place since he moved, so I might stop and see him. So yeah, so Elio is going to be there. In fact, you know what? I'll ask you if you'd like to come. So we're doing if you want to come to Penn State, you're more than welcome. But so it's playing at a festival, Penn State. Then there's a Q&A after. But then the next night, so we're leaving Pennsylvania. We're coming to the city. Because
New York City?
yes.
Or Philly? Okay.
New York City, because Elio is then having a private screening of this concert film for friends and stuff at the Sony Theater in New York City. So so that's why I won't be here. So I was loosely involved with this film. Elio would like send stuff my way. How does this look? How does this sound? I would. Plus, I'm in it. I was sitting right in the front row. You see me.
Oh.
So so I'm looking forward to it. But there is a downside. We just found out 2 days ago that Comic Sans has been accepted into the New York Long Island Film Festival.
That's exciting.
You know what? I'm mixing up my dates though. But that festival is in October, the exact same dates that I'm going to be in England visiting Elio.
Where
I'm
is
like,
the
sons of
Long
bitches.
Island New York Film Festival?
It plays at a few different theaters on the island. I believe that little theater in Belmore is involved. I think that there's one in Malvern. I think there's like four or five.
I like the Malvern Theater.
Oh yeah, I like those
You
one.
can rent it out.
Well, that's
And
what
if
we
you
did with
bring a
Comic
DVD,
Sans.
Yeah.
Right, that's exactly what we did. We
So
bought the
fun.
DVD and we and it was cheap. It was only like $3.50
I think
to
it's
rent
fun.
to
Yeah, I
rent the
think
theater
that's
out.
neat. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but if you want to, of course you want to come to Penn State. But I was talking about the city. I figured that would be.
Maybe. But it's a week,
It's
what day is it?
It's a Friday night. Friday the 20. Well, yeah. So Penn State is Thursday the 21st. The city screening is the 22nd, and then the 23rd I start White Post.
As a
Going to be a busy weekend.
farmer.
Farmer Willie returns.
Is the giraffe still there? I
The
still haven't
giraffe
seen
is
that
still there.
giraffe.
You haven't seen a giraffe?
And Bobo, can I talk about another farm? Bobo is the giraffe out east.
Oh,
This weekend's his goodbye party. They sent him back to Florida. They don't.
Oh.
Your giraffe must have heated facility.
Yes. It has an outdoor area and an indoor area to keep her safe.
Bobo, I think, is just strictly outdoors, so they ship him back to Florida.
No, this was the first giraffe ever born on Long Island.
So goddamn cute, those things. I do, and what comes up, and I keep watching them, so more comes up, is like animal birth videos, and so I know.
That's a
but-
thing for you? What you watch?
I mean, I love animals so much.
Oh,
I
okay.
just love animals so much.
I can get you in at White Post, and
Can I hug and kiss the giraffe?
probably. I could probably get you like.
I did get to kiss Bobo. I might have pictures. You know who I leveraged on that one. And I don't really leverage her celebrity a lot.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm coming with. And they were so goddamn excited.
Oh, well, those guys at White Post, they love News 12. So if you could definitely, you want to leverage that, you could definitely get in on that. But I'm not a guarantee, but I'm a possibility.
I don't have a picture of Bobo. I don't know why it's not coming up. But all right, I'm going to keep it in mind.
All right. So
Okay, next.
we've
I don't
been
know if I should look at you with a camera. You with a camera.
You do whatever you want. You're Chris Thomas. Do whatever you want. So, all right. So the 25th, I'm probably good. Then you're saying. So then but then I still have the rest of the week to worry about. Like, how do you plan guests? I mean, like you said, I may have to.
Kippur. I think that you're gonna. Too bad you can't go live from
From the courthouse. That would be funny.
Be a shit show over at that place.
The last time I had jury duty.
Is it a Mineola?
Yeah. It was the craziest thing. The last time I had jury duty was when Eric and Sally were still a part of the show. Eric coincidentally got called for the same exact week.
That's so weird.
It was so weird, but I had so much fun busting his balls there. And then I was able to get out of jury duty. I think I used my daughter as an excuse. And he was having a hard time getting excused. And then to make it even weirder, they called us up to the desk at the same time to discuss why we needed to be excused. So he's over there like begging and pleading with somebody, and I'm sitting there with my girl, and I just swear to you, I went, well, I take care of my autistic daughter. And she said, oh, absolutely. And it was done. And then I swear to you, Eric's like on his knees, he's all animated, he's begging and pleading. I'm sitting there, I know him. He's lying about everything. Don't listen to anything he's telling you. He can serve.
I would think he would enjoy jury duty.
I love jury duty.
Material. I know that I'm jinxing this, but I have never been to jury duty.
Really? Never? Wow.
I went once years ago in Brooklyn because I canceled the first one. I was a freelancer. So I was working full time. I mean, this is before I was even engaged. Like, that's how long ago. I canceled NASA. So I said, no, I'm a freelancer. I don't get paid for days I don't show up. Then the next time they were like, oh, really? And then they sent me to Brooklyn. So I went. And then it was like, I just sat there for a day. It was terrible. But then I never had to go again. Mm-hmm. And then when my kids were little, I think I said, like, my kids were little, which is true. I'll show up with my kids. Believe me, I will. So we'll see. Now all these people around me are getting called for jury duty, but
now you got me thinking. I'm gonna have to double check the notice. I think it's Mineola. I hope it. Oh man, if it was Brooklyn,
or you could be like, I think where are federal courts?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Brooklyn
right.
and Riverhead. I could be wrong.
Oh, well, and the same friend that I just mentioned lives in Pennsylvania now. Same thing. He had to go to Brooklyn. This got to be like 30 years ago, but he got picked for a case. He was going there for over a month.
That.
Yeah, absolutely right.
I'm walking in a Klan outfit just to get out of it.
See, I'm thinking about doing it because I'm hoping if I just call in every day and maybe I just won't get picked, and I'm good for 4 years.
Yes.
Plus, the timing is good because I don't have it's not the week I'm going to Pennsylvania. It's not the week I'm going to England. So I'm thinking maybe I should just do it and get it over with. But if I do have to go in, maybe I'll just say something with the leg. I'm in pain. I can't do this. I don't know. I'll try to get some kind of sympathy from the leg.
I can't imagine people get picked for a jury. They're not going to. Well, if your leg was off from an accident, is it civil court or you don't even know?
I don't even know. I got to go home and read the thing. I don't even remember.
Because if it's civil court, they'll be like they'll just assume you have an injury. They won't even pick you. They'll assume that's from an accident.
This is from a drunk driver.
Yeah, and they will pick you. But
wow. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping to get through it, but again, but it makes it hard to do this show. So yeah, maybe you're right. I could tape some episodes, but I'm in here at night for other shows, so I don't even know when I would tape them. So I don't know. So it's been bugging me. Like I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So I might even just take the week off from the show, which would really kind of suck.
Or it could be like a surprise party. We'll never know when you come back. Like surprise.
No, nobody really cares, though. That's the issue. And if the ones who do care, they only care because they don't want me to come back.
Stop.
Oh, it's true. Let's see. Carolina, usually they live near stores that have kosher foods and walkable other places as well as a synagogue. Yes. Yeah, I'm going back to comments. Carol says, I am so happy to be reformed. Love a turkey burger with cheese. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you know who's who does, well, I mean, I feel like I bring her up now every time I'm in here. But Olga Neighbor talks a lot about her.
Yeah, she does.
Growing up in Orthodox community, and then how now she's like
she was hardcore.
Rebel.
Yeah,
well, that's it. Well, that's what the people were talking about, like milk and meat. But like she shows her shoulder, because now this is insane. I must sound like some stalker, but I do follow her on Instagram, so I see her days, and it's like her family looks a little all reformed.
Oh,
I'm just
do they?
saying,
yeah.
Like my friends would never. The friends have like elbows and collarbones. These would never show.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, not hats, but like if they're with their family instead of work, like hats. Like her family doesn't cover their heads or anything.
Right.
And Miriam, forget it. Miriam, you never see her hair.
Really?
She's great. If you could follow her on Instagram, like I thought I saw her the other day, and I was like, oh, Miriam. Like she's so. You know what? Some people just have a magnetic personality, and she does. And so no, she doesn't even when explaining how she wraps her hair or whatever, you'll never see her hair not covered.
Wow.
Or you'll never see like, so as a retoucher, also I work through my friend, Orthodox schools, like different things, but mostly a school publication. And part of my job is I cover collarbones. I make sure tights are opaque, so no knees show.
Oh, okay.
I'll cover elbows, things like that.
See, wow.
I know that's why part of the reason I know the shit, like what can show and not show.
She's good. That's why you need to hire her if you need a photographer.
Or retoucher,
Or a retoucher, yeah.
Or like graphics. I want to do more of that stuff. Like, I need a newsletter. Like, I told you I work for like a couple villages and I do their shit. It's great. It's great.
Nice. Brendan Bird is watching. Hello, Brendan. He sat on grand jury in Nassau. It was 7 weeks voting on if criminal cases should go forward or not. Oh my
God.
goodness.
Yeah.
I believe if you show you have travel arrangements, you can get a one-time postponement.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. John Rusiello, tell them you don't eat pasta. They will think you're nuts and you'll get excused.
That is true. I do love pasta. I love pizza. I know it's like a big thing now, but I've always loved pizza. I just fucking love pizza more than ever. And
More than ever? What is that? Like it's increased?
I think I would, yeah.
Really?
Because I've just accepted who I am at 50. Like, I'm going to say this a lot about 50. And it's like, yeah, I'm fucking unapologetic. I don't need to feel better about like, oh, I ate this or I'm a foodie or try this. I don't give a shit. I like pizza. I'm going to eat pizza all the time.
As you should.
Where I felt like, and I could eat it like every meal. And I have a friend, a Hicksville gal, one of my closest friends, and she's like a foodie, and she's like, I'm not eating pizza again, Chris. I'm not eating pizza. She
Is
gets
that
like
your
pissed
impression
when
of
we
her?
hang out.
Who is that? Come on, names.
Carrie Zezelinsky. I don't know if you know, but Carrie Zezelinsky.
No, I don't think so.
I will be spending this weekend with her, and I know that I'm not allowed to eat pizza more than once. We get one pizza trip on our weekend. As a matter of fact, we both love animals so much that our weekend away is going to be to an animal sanctuary. That's how much, because I want to hug a cow. I'm trying to hug a cow. I've written to cow places, and I'm like, hi, can I come like meet your cow, hug the cow? And they're all very polite, but they're pretty much like, all right, fucking wacko, stay away from our animals. One time, I told you, I showed up at the farm. I showed up. I heard there was a cow born.
Yep.
I drove to the farm. She's
Yep.
like, you can't go near the cow.
She just walked in and said, hi, I'm Chris. I heard you guys, a cow was born. Can I hug it? Like, is that really what you...
Yeah. So it was like a cold weather. It was cold. I remember how cold it was, but it was a hardy cow. She was so kind. She taught me all about the cow. So she had purchased Scottish cow or some heavy hardy cow, and then like they post on their Instagram like a week later or a couple weeks later, there's a baby in the field. There's a baby. Holy shit, this cow must have been pregnant.
Oh, they didn't even know.
They don't check it out. It's
Oh,
not
wow.
like, so I see this on Instagram. Throw my son in the car a few days later when we're out east. I'm like, let's go to this place. They do sell products at this farm. So,
Okay.
And I've been to this farm before, and they're like kind of hippies in their mentality of like, oh, like it's typically a bird farm. So you could like walk through the birds. You literally walk through birds, and the sheep are wandering, and you meet
Right.
the sheep, and there's like not a lot of fences. And so I was like, let's go check it out. So we went up there, and I was like taking pictures, and then the owner came out, and she's like, yeah, that's a new bird. And I'm like, well, can I go near the thing? And she goes, actually, we haven't even been near the cow.
Oh, wow.
The mother had these two giant horns, and the sister had these two giant horns. And they're like, the vet came, looked from afar, and was like, everything looks good. We don't go near the cow.
Oh, wow.
So, because you will get, it would probably be, but you will get killed by the mother.
But it's funny, though, because I've seen the opposite at White Post. Just last year, one of the cows gave birth. I saw the whole thing. I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, that's amazing.
Like a dairy cow, like a black and white cow.
I don't know. A
Yeah.
cow, I don't know.
Right. Like the kind on the side of a milk container. Yeah. There's different cows, but okay.
But, I mean, 15 minutes later, they walked over and started cleaning it up and stuff, and then let it just sit there comfortably.
With the mother.
Yeah, the mother was sitting right there.
Yeah, so with dairy cows, you can do that.
Okay.
Or more, it's also more of probably like a domestic cow.
But now you mentioned fences. So,
Yeah. There was a fence between me and this baby cow and the mother.
right, but if you, so you want to hug a cow, you're saying.
I do.
So if you come to White Post,
Yes.
and you're standing on the other side of the. Yes.
Because it sounds like I'm going to hug a cow.
Well,
by the
if
end of this
if you're
discussion.
standing on the other side of the fence, the cow brings his head over, so you can.
Really?
Would that be good enough?
Oh, yeah. Does the cow approach humans?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that.
Oh.
I'm almost positive that.
Because I went to this other farm upstate. My friend's like, it's not unknown that I love animals and want to hug them. And so I do also have this big respect for like wildlife. So I also don't want to traumatize an animal for the sake of like bringing it somewhere it doesn't want to go. So she brings me to this farm upstate and she's like, yeah, just have at it. Like, I know the owner, just walk around the farm. And the farm's like really wanted nothing to do with the cow. And it took me like 40 minutes of sitting there just to be like, and then the cows walked away. So yeah, maybe I need to go to this White Post Farms. I haven't been since my kids were little. And
So, all right, so like I mentioned, the fall festival is starting not this weekend, the following weekend.
I'd
September.
like to not go on a weekend with this 5
Well,
million
but that's when
kids
the well, that's where I'm going with
You
this.
only work on weekends?
Yeah, the festival's only weekends. But that's where I'm going with this. The first weekend is never busy. It's like painfully slow, especially later in the day. If first thing in the morning or later in the day, it's dead. So
when is that?
they'll start letting people in usually around 9:30.
No. When is the fall
Oh,
festival?
it
'Cause you're
starts.
going away.
It starts September 23rd. Yeah, I'm going away the 21st and the 22nd. Then I'm coming home that night, and then I start on
so
the
if I
23rd.
come like Sunday evening.
Well, yeah, maybe like 5-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, the first weekend is always the slowest, and then October really it picks up.
Oh,
But
it's fucking insane. These people with their pumpkins, for Christ's sake. No, I mean, you know where they have fucking apples, people? At Stop and Shop. I'm just saying.
well, White Post, yeah, they don't do the apple picking at White
but they
Post.
sell
It's just-
bags like they're special.
Well, yeah, but it's fresh
Of
and it's
course,
good,
yes.
and they have great pumpkins and.
Well, I'm just a little, sour about the whole thing because I live, as you know, I
Yeah.
live out east
Yeah.
as much as I possibly can. And these fucking people they come and they stop on the side of the road for every little, and then they, apple picking. You can't even get past the farms because they stop on the road and suddenly they don't know how to drive.
But that's how the farms make their
It
their
is
money.
a little ridiculous that, okay, have you gone apple picking?
I couldn't tell you the last time I've done that.
Okay, because it's like, I even tried it with my kids. Like, I felt like a curmudgeon because I never took. So a few years ago, okay, let's go apple picking. It was before I had the place out east. You drive out east, it's like these shit apples. It's like shit.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm not. Well, I'm sure you don't eat apples, right?
No.
I don't eat apples either, but they look like shit apples, and they're like little shit apples. And then they have like a reserve section where like the good trees are, but you can't go there. You got to just half the shit's on the floor, and the other ones are too high to reach. And then it's like I'm paying double than what I do at Stop and Shop.
Right. Well, that's why you.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. And I'm an active, outdoorsy type.
You are.
Not for me. I felt like that. This is bullshit. And then even the pumpkins. All right, when the kids were little, we'd go to the pumpkin patch. I do love pumpkins, like decorating pumpkins. I love Halloween, as you know. But where they have pumpkins too? Costco, BJ's. And I get it, all right, with the pumpkin picking. People are a little better. Those farms are not so close to me. But that they're just, most of the time, just bringing the pumpkins in, people. I'm just saying, they're bringing them in and putting them in the field, right? They did not grow those pumpkins there. So, yeah.
But it's a great experience at White Post Farms.
Only at White Post because it's very contained. It's also not.
It is contained.
I just want to make a left turn. At the
Right.
end of the day, if you just let me make a left turn. But then what harvest time brings is a lot of women in their booties and their ponchos and their felt hats to the vineyards. And then it's like, no, Michelle, it's like your special day. Like, we're going to get fucking wasted. And
Oh, well, yeah.
We're going to be so zany in our shackets, our flannel shackets. And and then we're going to be like, what? I went to Pindar. I know the North Fork. I went to Pindar once. I'm practically a local.
Well, that's the beauty of White Post Farms. They don't sell alcohol, and it's truly a family place. They have entertainment for the kids. They have a magic show and some other fun entertainment, dog show, and And of
Also
course the animals.
very contained and organized. You can see
Yeah.
all that stuff
Big
at
time.
White Post.
Right.
No need to go to the North Fork, people.
But I'll
No
tell you,
Tony Walker on the North Fork.
well, that reason alone,
Exactly.
right?
There's no giraffe on the North Fork either.
There you go. And now, not only the giraffe, but the giraffe's parents. All three of them are there.
No way.
No way.
And they let you get the parents let you get near the giraffe.
You can, you can feed them. They, they, what they did is they built this house for the giraffes, and it's ground level for the giraffes. But what they did for the people, they built a ramp. So you walk up this ramp, so you're high. It's not that high, but you're high up where the giraffe's head is even with you. So yeah, you can feed them. You can just
Love
stick
that
the,
shit.
and they give you the carrot. You get to the front of the line, they
Oh,
hand
he
you a
eats
carrot. Yeah.
Oh, because I fed Bobo lettuce. Oh, they eat carrots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cute.
Yeah. So their
Yeah.
their face is right here, and you're eye to eye with them.
Yeah,
it's
I
cool.
mean, I practically made out with Bobo. I wish I could find the pictures.
Practically made out with Bobo.
I did. He was so cute. Yeah, they let me like smooch him and everything. I mean, I'm kind of. Some people think I'm a germaphobe. I disagree with that, but but then they're like, "You doing this with a giraffe?"
To
I'm
let
like,
you, to let you make out with this animal.
You're not a giraffe. No, I do get mad at the gym when people don't wipe their shit down. I'll tell you that much. So I get a little pissed off.
Well, I'll tell you, when it is indoors like that, when Patches takes a dump, like you're like, whoa.
Is Patches the?
Patches is the child.
Oh,
What are they?
stinky?
It just smells, and then
Oh.
you got to wait for them to clean it up. What are the parents' names?
That's so mean. You don't know their names.
I know. I'm having a brain fart. What their names are? Oh man, I know this, but Carolina, I so miss Jericho Cider Mill, but the parking is ridiculous. Yeah, I remember our elementary schools used to take us there every year.
Yeah, but they have the parking. Yeah, I went there a couple years ago with Antoinette.
Yeah.
So that's like a good balance of like a little experience and then like not the apple picking.
Right. But come
It's
to
really-
White Post. Just come there.
Yeah, just go to White Post. You get everything there. You don't bother the neighbors. It's very organized. They have plenty of parking.
Yep.
Right off the LIE. In and out.
In and out.
In and out. And it doesn't drive me. Because like it takes me 1:20 to get to my an hour and 20 minutes to get to my house.
Really? Wow. Well, yeah, you're going from one end to the other. Yeah.
And at harvest time, like October, 3 hours.
Wow.
And because of
That's
Waze,
insane.
everyone knows like all the little back roads now. Yeah. So I go out. Like I have to go out tomorrow, so I'll just leave tonight.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Wow, 3 hours. Kenny Friedberger's watching. Hello, Kenny. All right.
Oh, it's trivia day.
It's Tuesday trivia.
I
I
do
haven't
love
mentioned
trivia, and I wish that I know there's some trivia on Long Island. I wish there was more, like places to go for trivia.
it. Oh, really?
But I have been watching open mic. Since your friend told me about those open mic places, like I'm keeping it in my mind. I think that those would be fun.
Also on the 21st, September 21st, they got Broken Mic with Brandon. Brandon, who sits in here with me on Thursdays. He's hosting.
He doesn't like me, so.
He doesn't like you?
Well, what do you think?
Um.
So maybe I won't go to Brandon.
Yeah, he kind of took it personally that you weren't a comedian and you were sitting right here. Like he thought this was like his chair.
I would give him the chair.
I told him.
but
So
I'm
I
not
did
a
it.
comedian.
Right, but
Does
so
he
what?
want me to try to start being a comedian and then?
Oh, I could totally see you doing that. I've told you that
I have
before.
a whole comedy thing. I said that I'm not going to do comedy, but I do have my comedy skits on. I have I'll show you how much I have.
What do you mean, like ideas of your own?
Yeah, but not for
All
like
right.
I'm not getting up. I would only like write them for
Do
people.
one of them right
It's
now.
So funny.
Do one of your
No.
just one.
No.
Just one. All right, can I read
No.
it? Can I read one of yours?
Wait, let me see. Because some of them are just little notes.
Because you Thomas is a funny freaking people, man. I bet you'd be, and you have you're very personable.
Some of them are a little bad though too. This one's a little offensive. I can't like
Do
this
it.
one. No.
Let me see. Let me see. Come on.
It's bad. Look at this one. Right at the park. So it's like, what kind of picnic is this? Is it a charcuterie board or your pet? Okay. Oh, Oh, what is about you? Wait,
What?
This one's kind of funny, but see, I don't know if everyone gets it.
Okay.
All right, so I have to give a little backstory.
Okay.
I wrote it down here, though. Look,
I
Tony.
believe.
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yes.
What? Now I'm lost.
Okay, do you remember at Comic Sans was playing at when we went to the Belmore Theater?
Right.
When Joey Cola got up to speak, he went to rub your stump.
Yes.
Now, anyone this is where people don't know everything, but if you go to the Apollo Theater, I think I told you this, for good luck, they have a stump to rub.
Yes, you did tell me
Everyone that
that.
gets on stage beforehand rubs the stump. So that at Governor's, you could be the stump, like the Apollo Theater stump.
I would just
did write
stand
that
at the
down.
door. I would just stand at the door there and let people rub me.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
That would.
Oh, here's a good one. All right,
Okay.
so someone's going to steal this, but I think it's funny. I am a big supporter. I love Toys for Tots. I think it's great. The Marines, as you know, gather a lot of toys. They have little boxes. None of this is finessed by any means. But I think we're really missing a good segment of the society that also needs a drive at Christmas. And it's like, what about the sex toys for the Long Island housewives? We need a sex toy drive.
See,
A rabbit in every stocking. and you would laugh at that, but everyone should be enjoying this. That's all I'm saying. A rabbit in every stocking.
Now I'm being totally serious.
That's not too bad.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think it's really good.
That's funny.
And
That's my shit.
it could really be something. I think you could really expand on that
Yeah, let's
and
see.
have a lot of fun with that. I think that's a great
And
premise.
we could also have the Marines, of course, which should be running that.
I think they would love
Yes.
to. I think they would
I
love
would love
to do
a
that.
Marine to put a rabbit in my stocking. That's all I'm saying.
Do you own one now?
A rabbit?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Why are we talking about this? Wait,
I-
and if you don't, I will. You could be my charity. I will buy you one.
All
A
right.
rabbit in every stocking.
Maybe we can set that up in here where we do like sex toy donations
toy
during the
drive.
holidays.
Yes.
We'll put you in charge of that. We'll have you.
Here's one that's a little not as good, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
Men's jerseys. I know you all love your fucking jerseys, okay? But they are the Louis Vuitton bags of men fashion, right? They're overpriced. They're ugly as sin, and you all are jealous of each other's jerseys. They're fucking hideous. They're the Louis Vuitton bags of men's fashion.
Again, I think that's a great premise. You're gonna have a lot. Really, I'm dead serious. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Have you? When was the last time you bought a jersey?
I have a problem with jerseys for that exact. Honest to God, for that exact reason.
They're fucking
Guys are
ugly.
Like
No woman looks at a guy and goes, "Woo!
Right.
Look at that jersey." They're fucking ugly. And in the same sense, those Louis Vuitton bags, they're like shitty satchels with some shitty pattern on it, and it's like you might as well just walk around with a price tag on. Like no man, or frankly. No man is looking at a bag going, "Oh, look at that Louis." I mean, maybe, but he's not trying to hit on you.
No.
So
However, a sexy woman wearing a man's jersey, that's kind of sexy.
Okay. That is okay.
But that's great. I think that's
like
very
look,
funny.
and I have a whole page. So one day, or if anyone ever wants to hire me for writing, because what do I
might
enjoy
take you up
most?
on that.
The process.
Yes.
Right. I really love the process. I love the few nights I've been here where it's people just throwing shit out of the
the
wall.
open mics.
Yeah.
Although I think that the joke with the jerseys, I think would come better from a woman. I think
that's
it's
me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. But
you
writing
were just
for
saying.
you.
I just think it's.
Yeah. So when I have like different, and I think what I love about writing is when I've seen shows about writing, like Amy Schumer had a segment where she met with her writers. I think that there's been and I think I love Colin Quinn.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Where you see writers and you're in a room and it's like the juices are flowing and you're
Yes.
with funny people and like shit's like, but we could make it better this time, and then like you bring that back and then you revisit it. Like I do love that, and I think that is where I am better, because the comics that I see on stage, and especially the good ones, it's like there's wit. So like I'm great at like in my head I'll be fighting with that woman at the supermarket for 3 weeks, and then finally after 3 weeks I'm like, that's it. I showed you with that witty comment. Like I'm not as fast as some of these people, man, that I love it. That's why I love that Matt. I mean, he's not hard on the eyes, but like Matt Rife, the shit he plays the whole audience, man, and it's like there's no way that's his shtick. And also to be calm like during hecklers or stuff, or to be I do have like a short fuse, so I admire people.
John Rusiello said she's really funny, and Kenny Friedberg said excellent, great delivery, very Joan Rivers sounding.
I fucking love that woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I
me
wish
too.
I miss her so much. And we really need her. You know, we need
Her
more
and
Joan
Don
Rivers,
Rickles.
man, with those fucking fashions and stuff. And it was like, no, she could give a shit, no filter.
Right.
You want to cancel her? Good, fuck you. Hardest working woman. She's a great example of a hardworking person. But speaking of Colin Quinn,
yeah,
which I alluded to you, I might have texted you about this. He does this new thing where he goes around with his old friends.
Oh,
around the
yes.
neighborhoods.
Yeah, you know,
And
I forgot all about that.
It's fucking great, and I think
I
you could
watched
do
a
it
few
in
of them.
Hicksville. And they tell stories. So I do also love the art of storytelling, and I think, like, I really think, yes, Dave Chappelle's a great comic, but it's his strongest part is that he's a good storyteller. I love good stories, a good storyteller. Colin Quinn is a good storyteller, and even though he has these kind of like wild cards from his youth, he kind of keeps he manages it so that it's a good story, and then walking around, and I think it's great. It's on his YouTube channel if anyone wants to check that out. And I think
it is
Tony,
good,
you would this would be great on Hicksville, if not more, expanding a little more even on Long Island.
Yeah, but whether it's Hicksville or Long Island, do you think there'd be enough people that would care about that?
I don't give a shit about Hell's Kitchen. I love the story.
Yeah, but it's him. That's why people watch it.
I don't care about people watching it. It's like, what is it, quality or not? I don't know.
Well, true, and I'm with you on that. In fact, just this morning I was on the phone with Mark Riccadonna. We had a long conversation about that. How quality, and I don't know if it's an age thing, but quality is not where it's at anymore. What people want is something that lasts 30 seconds, and in 30 seconds you can't get smart content. So it's got to be just stupid and dumb, something that's going to make you laugh. But nobody wants, like even this show, and we were talking about it. This show is 90 minutes of people talking.
Yeah.
And I know that's why the numbers aren't usually that great, because most people don't want that anymore. But I'm old school. I like the old Johnny Carson style, the Mike Douglas style, where everybody came in and they sat down and just had a real conversation. And I like Fallon, I like Kimmel, all these guys, but it's very obvious they're coming in and everything they're doing is planned. Well, most of the time on Fallon, their conversation turns into a game. He's playing games with his guests most of the time, which again, I don't, I do enjoy it, but I do miss just a regular conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're very funny. Sometimes they're very sad. Sometimes they're very interesting. Once in a while, it might be a clunker, but it happens. But I do find most of the time it works. But
so I think what my recommendation would be is you pull out, like, did you ever hear of, even like you talked about sad, like I follow this on YouTube called the soft underbelly or the white underbelly of America. I don't know what it is. But it's like the guy just interviews. I don't even know what he looks like. He just interviews. Could be anyone. Mm-hmm. I watched him do a homicide nurse the other day. She did like people that were sexually assaulted, and a lot of times the person's dead, and she's an RN, and it's just them in front of a gray screen. Now, how did I find him? Is because I would watch 30 seconds of him on social media. So he would take 30 snippet sections of his 30-minute episode and put that on social media. And I think if you're looking to like market it that way, give people a sample. Be like the sample at Costco.
Yeah,
like
we do that sometimes.
Here's your little cup. And then, so now it's a lot more work. You're going to have to sit through like this hilarious segment with me and pick out the part that's going to lure people in for 30 seconds and then get them to follow you.
All right. So if I do a Hicksville episode.
My brother Kevin would be great. He's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
He was full of mischief when he was younger. I mean, Brian would have been great too. The two of them, and they would walk the neighborhood and you tell the story.
All right, so I walked through various sections of Hicksville. So I walked through the mall. Of course, I'd have to go to the sweet shop, and I just walk around by the high school or something.
We'll just do one at the mall. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, the shit that would go the Sump. Where would people hang out? The bike rack at where Woodbury Lanes. It's not there anymore, but like the bike rack alone, where Woodbury Lanes was.
Yeah, that bothers me. That Hicksville does not have a bowling alley.
I mean, supply and demand. They needed a rock bottom.
That's right.
But we have, I mean, where do the people go? Levittown.
Yeah, Levittown is the closest one. I think is there one in Syosset? I think there is.
There might be up on Jericho.
Yeah, I think so.
That's for fancy people.
That's right. We weren't.
Levittown's like
there.
a real OG one.
That's
Shit,
true.
that's what Kevin's 50th birthday party was. It was. That's shit. What is the name of the bar there? There's a fucking bar there.
Grunts. that just sums it up right
Explains
there,
it
doesn't it?
all. I think they have a big karaoke night there too.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
You know, I went to if you ever watch The Office, a lot of people do. They had that one restaurant they would go to. I forget the name of it. And so for Emerson's birthday, she loved The Office. We spent the weekend with the girls in like my sister's house in Pennsylvania, which is near whatever the fucking town is. It's escaping
I have
me.
no idea.
And we went to like all the things where the clock tower is.
Oh, okay.
And then they're like, oh, and this is the restaurant they always hold like the whatever, the Webbies at, or whatever it's called. And it was literally a shithole bar. And we walked in and we're like, we're not going here. It was like in the back of like a construction, like industrial area. And it's like the restaurant bar. And it was very much like Grunts. We're like, okay, we're not going to eat here.
Yeah, we get this at home.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, trivia.
It
though.
is time, ladies and gentlemen.
I do love trivia.
Good, and that's why you're here.
If you go on a cruise with me, you're going down.
No, I'm going to cruise.
True. Shit gets cutthroat on the cruise.
I was thinking something else when you said going down.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do some Tuesday trivia with Kris Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. The way this is going to work, I'm going to ask a random trivia question. Kris is going to answer it. You guys are going to answer it in the comments.
Should I answer it right away or wait for the like?
No, you can't copy their answers. Answer it right away.
Okay.
You've watched this. You know how this works. Everybody give us your answers.
I don't retain a lot. I'll hold a grudge forever, but I won't remember your name.
And I'm going to ask you 10 questions. I do not give the answer. You're going to, again, Kris is going to answer it. You guys put your answers in the comments. After I'm done asking the questions, we go back. We ask the questions again. We go over everybody's answers. Then I give you the correct answer. There's no rhyme or reason to this. There's no prizes, no nothing. It's just an opportunity to make fun of you and all your wrong answers. However, since Kris is actually, she took the time to come here today, she can get into a show this weekend at Governor's if she chooses.
I'm on the mailing list.
There's a lot of great shows this weekend at Governor's. Gary Valentine is here tomorrow night. Tomorrow
Let's
night.
talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, so he was at the Ziegler
John Ziegler?
fundraiser.
Yes.
And this guy's
Oh,
like
like
sitting in
last
the
year, 2 years?
back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this guy looks familiar. And I
Yeah.
don't really watch a lot. He's on TV. He was on.
He was on
the.
He was
King
on both of
Queens
his
show?
brothers' show, King of Queens
Okay.
and Kevin Can Wait.
So he's just like standing in the back. I don't know. You never know who this. I go on and on about that fundraiser because for a multitude of reasons. But there were just comics coming out of the woodwork, right, going on stage.
Yeah.
He was so funny.
Oh, he's great.
He was so funny, and I saw that he's playing, and I was like, Joe. So I might be here for that. If you haven't seen him, he is like sneaky. I don't know why he doesn't do. I don't really. He's like a sneaky, hilarious.
In my
sneaky.
opinion, he's just as good, if not better, than his brother. I don't know why he didn't make it as big. I mean,
And
I'm sure he's
think
doing fine.
He is a like comic. Like
Yeah.
his brother's good, maybe. And I don't really know his brother that much. I've never seen a stand up, so I shouldn't speak out of turn. He
Oh, no,
is
he's
worth it. He was so funny. I was like, Joe, who would have thought?
Right, and that's tomorrow night here at Governor's. Gary Valentine. He
Yeah,
came.
if you're free, go see him. If you
Valentine
love
came in here
comedy,
once. He came in here once, and he was great.
Funny.
Kenny
funny.
Friedberg says Billy Joel's house and the Village Green. I don't know why he's saying that.
Because for our talking stories. No, but the idea is
okay.
that it's like stories. It wasn't like noteworthy places. It was like, watch the Colin Quinn thing. It's
Yeah.
like some bar where the guy got in a fight with, it's called The Fight, or I don't even want to say it, but funny stories,
Right.
but not noteworthy places.
Yeah, check that out. And maybe well, all right. So why don't we do that?
It's got
and
something.
me, you,
There's
and Kevin
something
will do the.
Kevin's such a good storyteller, man. And he was
I would love to
like
do that.
animated, and Kevy's great. And he remembers. He is the world's smartest garbage man.
So
Yes.
lots of great stuff going on this weekend at Governor's. At the Brokerage in Belmore, come see a hilarious murder mystery show. If you don't come, you'll be hit by lightning.
They are funny. You should go.
Chris,
I've been
Chris
to
knows.
multiple.
She's been a few. Yeah.
Very funny.
Thank you for that. And so come on down. That's at the brokerage on Sunday. The night before at the brokerage is the Uncle Louie Variety Show. You guys, if you've been watching this show, you know how much I love those guys. That's Saturday night. And then Friday night at the brokerage, our pal Laura Patton, who was just in here this past Friday, she'll be there at the brokerage this Friday with Brian Scalero and Tom Eshelman and some other great comedians. Terry McNeely is at, so here's some other names you'll see on the governor's stage this weekend. Terry McNeely, Joe Winchell, Billy Geyer, Travis Grant, Hugh Murray, Donna Moran, Vladimir Kamano, Carl Okerson, Mike Keegan, Marcy Green, Johnny McDonald, and then as mentioned, Laura Patton, Brian Scalero, the Uncle Louie Variety Show, Welly Jackson, Harry Friedman, and again, come see Knockem Dead Comedy on Sunday. We need a big turnout, so come on down and please, come on down and enjoy yourselves. Govs.com, that's where you make your reservations. Governors, the McGuires in Bohemia, you can see Knockem Dead Comedy there on October 14th. So again, govs.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go with this week's Tuesday Trivia. Question number 1. Some of these questions are easy.
I know nothing about sports. If you're going to ask me about sports.
Did I do any sports? I don't think I did.
Thank
Speaking of
God.
the sports, how about that Jet game last night? Oh, my goodness. In which month is Labor Day?
Oh, we just had it. It is September.
Question number 2, which you should know this one.
Should is a wonderful word. Close my water.
The name Gordon Sumner
Oh,
is better known as...
Sting. Great concert if you were there.
I'm so sad I
So
missed
great.
it.
It's
I've
such a
seen
great
Sting
concert.
so many times. He's one of my favorites.
$25 tickets. That's what
Really?
I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, but you're sitting in another state up there.
I love it. I could see the ocean. I don't care.
Yeah? I went there for James Taylor. I
They
was like,
wouldn't. No, just wear shorts. They won't.
well, that's what happened. I finally went during the intermission. I went to somebody. I was like, is it possible to move? They're like, oh, yeah.
There's
And
a whole ADA entrance.
Yes.
Just go in there and
That's
say,
what-
give
yep.
me a different seat.
That's what they did. All right, next question. You have... What is it? One of your sons is going to school in Massachusetts?
Yes, Boston. My oldest.
If it's noon in Boston, what time is it in New York?
It's noon.
Look at the size of this thing on my leg. What the
God
hell
damn
was
it!
that?
This is like a fucking nightmare.
Where
This is
the hell did that come from?
Wow. That's
And I just threw him off, and I don't know where he ended
great,
up.
great.
That
fucking,
thing-
Wow.
That was like Peter Brady. Get off me! Get off me!
Dun, dun, dun.
That thing was
Did you bring a
huge.
tiki home from Hawaii you're not telling us about? Somebody's calling.
Yeah, it's line 4. Line 4 is always a telemarketer, so I didn't bother. That was unbelievable.
Wow. I thought you were like something was going on with your leg there.
Honest to God, when I first felt it, I'm like, is she touching my leg? This is awesome. I swear to God. And then I looked down, I'm like, and of course, then reality hits. I'm like, there's no
It
way
was a
Chris is touching
giant
my leg.
spider. I don't
That
think we
thing was-
announced what it was. It was like a giant spider.
Yeah, it was huge.
It was huge.
Holy crap.
That was.
And I just,
Thank God you hit it that way. Not
he
towards me.
definitely went that way, but I don't know where he ended up.
Come see Scott Valentine getting
Wow.
attacked by a giant spider tomorrow night at Govs.
So I said, all right, so you said it's noon in New York if it's noon in Boston.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I call him my boy lots of times a day.
Nice.
Lots of times. You think my helicopter parenting ends when they move? Wrong. I just fucking up my game.
I should have had you like move the spider. Then you would have touched my
I
leg.
would. I take care of shit. I get stuff done.
Would have turned you off though if you were like, get the spider for me.
I'm not like that.
No?
Oh, a little bit like you're a pussy man?
Yeah. No, but if I mean, is there a manly way to say, get that spider off my leg?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
would be
it
like,
wouldn't have
great,
worked.
now I got to take care of more shit for this fucking guy. What's next? I'm changing your oil.
Next question: how many movies did How many movies did John Wayne star in? Pick a number.
8.
8.
Fucking no clue.
You know who John Wayne is?
Yeah. I would also remind you of how
Yeah.
much you were a pussy when you made me turn the spider off your leg for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
'Cause again, I might not remember your name, but I am a grudge holder in that
Yeah.
way.
So
I'll remember. Yeah.
Sorry. So I'm glad I
Okay.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
Who said?
At your eulogy, I'd be like, I remember the fucking how much of a pussy Tony was, but we all still loved him. Spider incident 2023. I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd probably get a toy spider and just put it
I
on.
would. In the casket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're going to know this. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling. Who said, when the baby moves in, the dog moves out? No? You want to take a
Who
guess?
said that? When the baby moves in, the dog moves out. I'm guessing an asshole, because people do that. They bring their fucking dogs to the shelter, which I thought one day we'll have a show about that, the shelter. But yeah, okay, I'm going off on a tangent. I have no idea. Who would say that when the baby, mommy dearest, that fucking hanger lady? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a sick one.
But the shelter does. You'd be surprised how many dogs are at the shelter because, like, oh, we had a baby.
Oh,
Or,
absolutely, yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yep, I hear that all the time. All right, another Boston-related question. Who's known as the bad boys from Boston?
Aerosmith. I'm guessing. But I just saw Aerosmith, too.
That's why I asked
You
the
know I'm on a
question.
concert binge. Well, I go to a lot of concerts. They fucking killed it.
And you had the Black Rose opening. That's a good show, man.
So I love the Black
Me
Rose,
too.
man. I love them.
I saw them years ago at CW Post.
No way.
1992.
Wow.
Yep.
So they were at Jones Beach last year. I saw them there. They fucking killed it. Shake Your Money Maker from beginning to end.
Oh,
It's a dream
nice.
Come true.
Yeah.
But then, like, the sound wasn't so good at UBS.
Mm-hmm.
When you're like a club band, you should stick with smaller venues. So,
Yeah, I don't like
like
the
I
sound
saw
there either.
Jane's Addiction there too. Like the sound wasn't good, but Aerosmith killed it. What's his name? Blew out his voice.
Yes, I heard
He
that.
had
In
to
fact,
cancel shows.
yeah, I have that on my list of things, whenever I have my topics I want to talk about. Yeah. 6 cities have been postponed, and they're not bringing those shows back until after the new year.
He was great. They were all great. They did such a great job. Although I don't think Joey Kramer was drumming.
He wasn't. He's not.
Okay,
He's
little
not joining.
fun fact. When Chris Thomas was 17, I went to, I think I don't know who it was, but I was like in like the 10th row for Aerosmith.
Yeah.
And I was so adorable that they were
Was?
like, why don't you go up to the stage? They're filming, they need to film some stuff. So like you and your friend go up to the stage.
Nice.
So they let us go right up to the stage. My skirt was probably the size of a postage stamp. Didn't hurt either. And Joey Kramer sang a line from Sweet Emotion. Steven Tyler sang Sweet Emotion to me, like a little snippet. And Joey Kramer gave me his drumsticks, which I still have today.
Are there pictures or video of this somewhere?
No, because it was like 1990.
Damn it.
And that's me. He sang like, the shake. In my head, I might have written it, but it was like the shaking your ass line from Sweet Emotion.
In 2009, I think it was, I saw Sheryl Crow at Jones Beach. Sheryl Crow is my celebrity crush, and I had second row, and my favorite song of hers is a song called "Run Baby Run." It's from her very first album. She starts singing that song. I'm like, oh, this is cool, and she starts walking over by me, and she leans down. And we're as close as we are, and she's singing the second verse, like this, and I'm telling you,
Right? It's like exciting.
and I think, and I think I think I did kind of drift and was just like watching her. Like remember the old cartoons when the people stranded on an island, one would look at the other and the other one transforms into a hot dog, and they're like, it was kind of like that. And I'm just looking at it, and sure enough, as she's singing, we make eye contact, and you can, like, her whole facial expression just changed, like she was going to puke, and she did. She got up and she walked away, and she sang the song on the other side of the stage for the rest of the night. Next question: What does it mean when wine is petulant? Petilent? Petulant? 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 Petulant?
I'm going to say it's gone bad. I don't drink alcohol.
Never?
Oh, I had a few great nights at Mulcahy's. I got kicked out of Mulcahy's.
I know that story.
Yeah. I used to drink, but then like I remember it was like a rough Christmas party at Doubleday, and then really after that maybe once or twice more, but yeah, I don't drink. Also, my husband decided to give up drinking, so I was like, we could do this together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I decided my husband was going to give up drinking, so
well,
I said we could do
it's what we do. Happy life, happy wife, or happy wife, happy life. All right,
Could you imagine me drunk? Like,
I bet you're a fun drunk.
But then it's like I'm already a lot. Okay, sorry, I'm fucking up trivia.
All right. Well, my next question is messed up.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't proofread.
Okay.
Because the question reads, "When were they created?" That's all it says. I totally screwed up. All right, so I got to do one on the fly here. So we asked a question about Aerosmith. How old is Steven Tyler?
I just looked that up. I'm gonna say he's 73. It was just Joe Perry's birthday. They brought out a cake at the concert too.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. All right. So how old is Steven Tyler?
And I think they were like really excited about the cake, and Joe Perry's like, "Yeah, well, there's no candles to blow out." Like,
oh yeah, he looks like a miserable
a
bastard.
little bit of a curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Which I'm fucking happy.
Which I don't understand because these guys are rich and famous. They have beautiful women. Like,
he might just
what
be
do you
like
sad about?
a calm, like maybe he felt put on the spot, but like I do love birthdays and I love celebrating birthdays, so just like go along with it.
Really? What does it mean to hobnob? What does it mean?
Oh, to hobnob. Well, I think I'm great at that. I think it's like hobnob is like socializing, like to, to hobnob. Like girls would say kiki now. Like we hung out and chit-chatted. Like kiki, that's the new term.
Kiki?
Like we kikied.
Like a kiki bar?
No, like
that's
kiki.
tiki. No,
yeah.
So,
no, like girls get together in like a coffee clutch. Like a coffee yeah.
Coffee kiki.
Yeah.
Coffee kiki.
But like hobnob you could also maybe use it in networking. Like we're networking.
Oh, that's interesting.
Bit. Yeah.
All right. And last question.
I believe, there used to be a phrase hobnob with the goober schmoochers.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, okay.
A website called...
You knew that.
I did. I actually have heard that. A website called Her lists their top 10 songs about sex.
Really?
Or the top 10... I take that back. The top 10 sexual songs. Name 3 of them.
Ooh. Sexual healing. Sexual songs. So they're going to be like R&B, like... See, like, I would have different songs than they would. Oh, God, I don't know. About sex or...
Just, I guess they are about sex, looking at the list, but...
All right, F You Like an Animal by Jane's Addiction. I know it's not going to be on there, but it probably is a great song to have.
I don't know that
Sex too. Really?
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Unless I know it and I just didn't know the title.
You would hear it. And then, did I say sexual healing?
You
I
did.
said that? And
yes.
then, Let's Get It On.
I'm curious to know what your list would be, because then I'm going to bring those songs in next time you're here.
Okay. They're like heavy metal songs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
all right. All right. Nice job. Let's see. Let's go back to the beginning. See what you guys have to say. Okay. Oh, Vicky's watching. Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Vicky just had surgery. It's nice to see her back.
Sorry.
Yep. I hope you're all right.
They cut into you. You just use those silicone patches, Vicky. That clears up your scars. You meant.
Nice, nice, easy one to get us started. What month is Labor Day? Yes, September is correct.
Yes.
Who is Gordon Sumner better known as? I asked that because Kris just saw him. Sting is correct. Vicky got that one right as well.
Excellent concert.
Yeah, he's great, man.
Also, my first concert at Nassau Coliseum, paid $21, and I went with my friend Kerry Zesolinsky and some guy that you would know. His name was I forget.
Well, what did he do? He hit on you at the Sting concert?
He did not hit on me, and he did not hit on Kerry. He was just her good friend. She had a lot of good friends that went
he went with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I want to know who that is.
I wish she had texted it.
Oh, you're texting her now to ask who it was?
She's like a real workaholic.
All right, if it's noon in Boston, what time is it in New York? You all got that right?
No, not Eric Schroeder. What, noon, yes.
Noon. Andy Plajanos, but 12:30 in Newfoundland. Is that really? I did not know that. Him. Yeah, Andy knows.
Smarty pants, that guy.
Yeah. How many movies did John Wayne star in? Chris said 8.
I know nothing about John Wayne.
Brendan Burt said 22. Vicky said 50. Andy says 100 with a question mark. John Rusiello says 150. All right, you guys are kind of in the ballpark.
Jesus.
142.
Holy shit.
142. Yep.
Really?
Yep. Who said when the baby moves in, the dog moves out? Chris said Mommy Dearest. Brendan Burt said Dr. Cosby. Vicky said Dr. B. Spock. Andy says, sounds like an animated movie. So, Andy, does that mean you know the answer? The answer is Tramp said that to Lady. I figured because
it's a
it's
Disney thing. I should have known that.
plus dogs, so I figured you might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might know that. Who's known as the Bad Boys from Boston? Yes, Aerosmith, because you just saw them in concert as well, and I knew that. So,
And do you know that they lived? They did a whole song about what and talked about when they lived. A little bit of a story, which I love, on Commonwealth Avenue, just down the block from where Joseph lives now. Joseph's dorm, which is an apartment, is on Commonwealth, which is exciting.
Lisa once partied with Aerosmith.
Really?
She was staying at a hotel they happened to be staying in. So her and her friends got invited to go up and join the party. They had like the whole floor. It was nuts. I don't even think she met them. Like there were so many people.
Oh.
Brendan Burt said New Kids on the Block. Or John Rusciello says his ex-wife. Andy says Dexy's Midnight Runners. Let's see. Andy Pajanos, I'm sorry I blanked out after picturing Kris at the age of 17.
Are you saying I'm not? I'm all long in the tooth now. Is that how I should take it?
Not what I'm saying, baby.
I was a hot mess then. I told you, I had no dates, so.
I know, which I'm mad about that. Brian should have hooked me up, man.
Never. He would have broken your fucking face.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He'd be happy that his friend is taking care of his sister.
Okay.
Because I would not disrespect, and your father scared me, so I wouldn't disrespect the Thomas family.
Someone told okay, my father, I didn't even know. But through third party, someone was like, oh, I know Chris Thomas. And they were like, oh, we grew up with our father, got in a fist fight in the street. I had to break it up.
No kidding. Oh, my goodness.
With it's the longest story.
Well,
That's
and Brian, he was, yeah.
I don't know where he got it from. Clearly my dad.
Yeah.
My dad was almost as big as Brian.
What does it mean when wine is petulant? Petilent. Kris said it means it's gone bad. Brendan says it's whiskey. Okay. It becomes whiskey. Andy Plajanos got it right.
Of course he did.
Yep. It means sparkling. Actually,
carbonated.
The answer I have means slightly sparkling, but Andy still gets the credit. Vicky said it means it's too sour. John Rusciello agreed with you that it means it's gone bad. Brandon Burt says he also got kicked out of Mulcahy's in the 90s.
Me too. Me and you both. Fit to be tied.
Yep. All right, so the last second question I had to come out with. How old is Steven Tyler? Kris said 73. Brendan says 67. Vicky says 68. Andy Pagano says he's dead.
No, man, he was. God bless him. He killed it.
Oh, he can still do it. Absolutely. You were close though. He's 75.
Oh.
Yep, 75. What does it mean to hobnob? Kris said means socializing. Andy says socializing. Brendan says socializing, interacting. Vicky says network. Yeah. All right. Well, I found this to be an interesting answer. I too would have said socialize. But the answer I have here says socialize with people of an artificially higher status.
Well, artificially.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Like networking, but all right.
Networking.
All right.
All right. Last question.
It could have a negative connotation. That's maybe why it's like you're trying to climb a ladder of sorts.
A website called Her lists their top 10 songs about sex. Name 3 of them. Kris Thomas, you said sexual healing, fly like an animal. Oh, no, F you like an animal, and let's get it on. Brendan Burt says Hurt by 9 Inch Nails. Anybody else? That's Hurt by 9 Inch Nails. Okay.
Oh, he's right. That's yeah.
Okay. Plagano says Elf You Like an Animal by Jane's Addiction or Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Brendan Burt says Let's Get It On and Ol Ang Syne. Is that what you mean? I don't know what that is. And Plajanos, I did not know it was Lady and the Tramp. It sounded like a line from an animated movie. Oh, okay. All right. So you guys did name a couple of songs that have made this list. I will tell you right now, which I am shocked about, Sexual Healing is not on this list, which I am shocked about. All right. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even know most of these songs.
Yeah.
So number 10, Underneath Your Clothes by Shakira.
Nope.
Number 9, Freak Me by Another Level.
Nope.
Number 8, The Thong Song by Cisco.
Nope.
Number 7, You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. You know that one.
Maybe.
It wouldn't be on my list, but
Yeah.
you know. Number 6, Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now, you mentioned you like the heavy metal ones, so this one.
I do. Let's see.
Number 5, Pour Some Sugar on Me.
No.
Def
that's
Leppard.
Not, that's. No.
I wouldn't make my list either.
Someone did make a funny joke the other day, and it was, it's such a shame that the drummer from Def Leppard only has one arm, but the drummer from Motley Crue has 3. It seems unfair. It was not my joke, but I thought it was so clever.
That is good.
That's funny, right?
Number 4, You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC.
That's a good. That would
Yeah,
be
that would
one of my stripper songs if I was a stripper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. All right. Number 3, Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Number 2, Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Number 1, which I've never even heard, Cry to Me by Solomon Burke.
Yeah. There's nothing like talking about crying. Get my rabbit warmed up.
If I had more time.
That's when I put on crying music right before I charge up my sex toy.
Well, maybe next time you're in here, I'm going to bring that song with me and see what happens. All right, so there you go.
Really putting to use that box of tissues on the nightstand, right?
Box of tissues and the rabbit.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's today's show, ladies and gentlemen. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Kris Thomas. As always, love when you come in here. It's always a great time. And thank you, as always, for being just a big part of this show from day one.
Well, I love... Yeah. I talk the balls off a monkey, so this is a good outlet for me.
So tell us... whether it's doing photography or whatever else, maybe teaching a class on the iPhone, where can they find you? Website, social media, all that good stuff.
Oh. It's always KristineThomas.com is my website, and then through there you can see my social media pages.
Christine with a K.
Yes, and there's no space, so it's KristineThomas.com.
There you go. Very nice. All right, we are out of here. Today is Tuesday. Hershey and the Keys coming at you tonight at 9 o'clock. We are not here tomorrow, but Circling the Drain will be on at 7 o'clock. And then we'll be back here Thursday, me and Brandon. See what Brandon brings me in to eat.
Also, I did watch the podcast about true crime. That's here.
You liked it?
The Burke one. Yeah, well, it was.
Oh, the Burke one, yeah.
She does her homework, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
one.
she sure does.
She was like, this, and like you
She had a
hear
list on that,
so
man.
much shit, or like, but this to me was like a list of like, she did her homework. So
yeah,
it is,
she
if
really
you're
did.
Interested in that, it's a good resource. That's like concise. This is what you should know about, and it was interesting.
It was, just one more. I totally forgot. I don't know if anybody saw Chef Felix. He did a show over the weekend. He did, sometimes he does bonus Let's Eat Long Island episodes. He does them on the weekends on his own channel. He had asked me to put it on this afternoon because he's not going to be on. He's not going to be live today. I told him I would do it. I'm not going to be able to get it on by 1. I'll post it. I'll have it play at 3 if anybody wants to go check that out. All right. So everybody enjoy the rest.
Just in time for dinner.
There you go. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy your Wednesday. And we'll see you on here on Thursday. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys later.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what?
Good. Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
I had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for your event today. What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include